So have you ever had one of these, like a light bulb moment, and you're going, oh my God, this is what so-and-so was talking about. Could have been, this is what my dad told me when I was young. I had one of those light bulb moments recently that I want to share with you. And it's about the prediction of these dark days that we happen to be in right now. I went grocery shopping with Lisa the other day, and I could not believe it. I don't go to the grocery store as much as she does, but she's been telling me for a long time. She goes, the prices are just going up and up and up and up. A piece of fish that we bought was almost $26 for two of us. $26. I had to cook it. She says, I've been telling you, milk and eggs and bread and everything. She says, honey, it's not just gasoline. So inflation, as you know, is all around us. And many people are predicting a recession, stagflation, and really dark times ahead. Hopefully I'm prepared if the worst happens. I worry for a lot of people. I think that they are they're way over their skis, as they say. They're over their head in debt. And if something bad happens, there's no way out. It's just going to get ugly. But going back to the light bulb moment, as you may or may not know, I used to own a hunting ranch in the hill country of Texas. I loved every minute of it. I loved the people that came, and I loved everything about it. Just being in nature and just being around people that shared that passion. One of the groups of hunters that came and visited me every single year and stayed with me were some very rich people from Wall Street. Very, 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 all the way much as you can get. And they would come and they'd stay for 4 or 5 days. And I loved it because I loved listening to them. They weren't snobbish and, I guess they could be, but they weren't that way when they were around me. They were just plain old people, but smart, wise. Now, this was 25 years ago. So most of these guys are dead now, but I would listen to every year they come, but right after Thanksgiving, first part of December. So I want you to think back to 2008. Before Labor Day of 2008, life was good. It was great. The economy's going good. But 2008, something happened. I was in the TV show business. I had automotive sponsors and automotive parts sponsors and made a pretty good living doing that. But on Labor Day weekend of 2008, the automotive industry didn't slow down. It stopped. I mean, stopped dead in its tracks. Sales went to nothing on new trucks and cars. Nothing. Sound familiar? Same thing happened with RVs. From 2008 to 2009, we had the automotive crash. Remember the cash for clunkers? Remember we're going to bail out the car manufacturers? The next year we had the Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac catastrophe where the banks were taking back these homes. They were loaning money to people that couldn't afford to make the payments. Didn't matter. Government money. Let's just go ahead and do it. And so I couldn't wait till my hunters came, the ones from Wall Street. So it's 2008. That's the first part of December, and they're down at the ranch, and the talks are going on in the news about the automotive manufacturers are going to need government bailouts and blah, blah, blah. And I asked them, I said, well, what's going to happen? What's going to happen? Very calmly, they're always very calm. They said, well, we will bail them out, but we'll probably come up with a different name. Government's really good about coming up with names for things, but it's really essentially a bailout. Yeah, we'll bail them out. We'll do that. Like, really? He says, yeah. He says, the funny thing is, Alan, we don't fix things in this country. We don't fix things. Financially, we just kick them down the road for future generations to deal with. But it's been like that forever. This is the head guy, the CEO of a big Wall Street bank. I mean, that doesn't sound very good. No, it's the truth. Huh. So now it's 2009. The housing crisis is going on. Banks have all this inventory. They've kicked people out. And I said, what's going to happen now? What's going on? Well, I told you last year. We don't fix things in this country. We're not going to fix this. We have to fix it. I mean, don't we have to fix this? Well, we'll sort of kind of fix it for a while. So what are you talking about? Times are tough. This was 2009. He said, well, there's one thing that's going to fix it. One word. It's called inflation. He said, in the future, The bank's going to be spending so much money. Government's going to be printing so much money. He said, and one day that inflation is going to pop. And when it pops, it's going to be really ugly, real ugly. I said, don't you have anything good to say? He said, well, I'm just telling you the truth. Thinking, oh my God. So what does that have to do with RVing and RVs? Well, most of the people that I know in the RV industry, most of the salespeople I know are relatively new to selling RVs. They've sold cars or whatever, real estate. Now they're RV salespeople. If you entered the RV industry in 2009, let's say, anytime after 2009 and you stayed in it, every year you probably made more money than the year before. RV sales, the economy, look at it. Go back to 2008 and 2009. The economy has gone up, 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 up. And people have been spending more. And like my friend said from Wall Street, the banks are printing more and more money. Credit's flowing. Oh man, life is great. And it was great until today. And the RV salespeople out there that have been making literally six figures, all of a sudden now people are going, oh my God. Do we really need that RV? Do we really need to go in debt for a 12, 15, 20-year note, paying on that thing? What do they call them? A crate on skates. And so sales are slowing down in RVs. They are. The used RV market is the number of used RVs on the market is going to increase while the value of those used RVs is going to go down. I see a lot of people that are going to be, as they call it, upside down. They're going to owe a lot more on the RV than what it is actually worth. And that's going to present some problems in the future. So many dark times ahead. Another way that I can tell that that's going to happen is what's happening in my Facebook groups. I have probably 50 Facebook groups about camping and RVing, and most of the people, most of the time are pretty well behaved. We say no politics, no talk about religion. We don't talk about firearms because I don't want people to be fighting. I want people to try to get along, and almost everybody does. But every once in a while, somebody makes a post and it will just go crazy. And I've never seen a time when more people have just instantly lost their minds and turned into a fool with what they do on social media. They post things that F this and you're a stupid you know what and using are you kidding me? Like they're in 5th grade in the schoolyard. We're human beings. I don't think people would ever talk like that to somebody that was politically different from they are at a campground. Would people say that face to face to others? Yeah, I would. Oh, bull, you'd have a bloody nose. I've never seen that. Why can't people act decent towards one another on social media? It brings out the worst in us. And I see it every single day. And some people, so what? That people throw the F-bomb around all the time. Well, you know what? I can throw it around too. I can. But I try to think that I've got enough sense to know when and when not to do it. And most of the time it's don't ever do it. I think a lot of people, we've been conditioned. Movies and culture and other people. I hear it all the time, and I hear it all the time too. It doesn't make it right. So, do I see dark times ahead? Yes, I do. My rich friends that I haven't seen in a long time mostly are dead now. But the things that they predicted way back when are coming true. And I think that a lot of people that have been out over their skis, living beyond their means, are getting ready for a real wake-up call. It's going to be painful. It is. Will the RV industry survive? Yeah, it will. You know what happened since 2008 and 2009? 50 manufacturers turned into like 3 or 4. You got Thor, Winnebago, you got Forest River, and then a few other ones out there, but they own everything. Why? Because those small companies got crushed in 2008, 2009, and to survive, these big conglomerates, these Wall Street companies, ended up buying them, and now they own all of it. I don't know what's going to happen in the future. I know that for me, RVing, camping, being in the out of doors, being around other people that share the same interest as I do, even if we think politically different, I don't care. If you have a love of something and we share that love, it's okay. I don't care what else you think. I may like Mexican food. You may hate it. That's okay. You know, we can get along. Why can't we do it on social media? So I know I've gone on a little bit too much with this video, but I just wanted to remind everybody that we can make a different choice. We don't have to instantly respond and say, screw you, and throw the F-bomb. We're human beings and we're flawed, all of us. But God gave us the ability to go, ooh, let's take the high road. Let's do something in a classier way. We can agree to disagree, but do it respectfully. All right. Thank you so much. Let me know what you think about this video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. Maybe subscribe to the channel. Most of the time I talk about RVs and then throw in a little bit of my perspective and generalizations, I guess, about life. But if you would like to get my thoughts on something, you have a question about RVing and camping, about the market or whatever, I'll tell you what I think, and you can take it for what it's worth. All right, everybody, I'm Alan Warren, the RV Wingman. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you again soon.